You can bet your bottom dollar. Great programming coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Stand by. Hold on. Talk at its finest, coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 2 minutes, stand by. We know what guys are talking about. Stand by. A great show coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 30 seconds. Stand by. Don't go away. Stop. If they're talking about it at the barbershop, we're talking about it here on SME. Great show coming up in about 30 seconds. Don't go away. Stand by. It's time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Another great product on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yeah!
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Grizz, and of course, I'm your host, Rashad Grismore. I have a fun and a very exciting show for you today. So yes, LeBron James and company, they have their parade that's getting ready to happen, and you know what? I am happy for, the city of Cleveland. Also, Adrian Peterson, he says that, age won't stop him, but the grind of the NFL season might stop him. And then Matthew Stafford, this guy right here, he's truly, truly hilarious. He really feels that without Calvin Johnson, defenses will have a tougher time trying to guard him. Wow. I don't know what he is thinking. I don't know, if the NFL needs to drug test him. I really don't understand that. As a matter of fact, I have a lot of sports for you today. I also have to talk about my Los Angeles Lakers. I have to do that. But what I want you to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy me. And let's get it. Thank you, everyone out there, for tuning in to Me, the Grizz, however it is that you are tuning in. So, I would say, when did the Lakers beat the Orlando Magics? I don't remember the year that the Lakers beat the Orlando Magics, but that was my first and only time going downtown. Well, not going downtown. It's not downtown. But I was by USC, so that's somewhere in the 20s, and I was on Figueroa, and that was the first time that I actually saw the Lakers, like I saw them live. I saw them after, they had beat the Orlando Magics. And I'm here to tell you, for me, it was like one of the best times of my life. It really was. The Lakers, they had went on a drought, not winning the NBA championship, especially after Shaq and Kobe had dissolved. And then for the Lakers to sit there, beat Dwight Howard and company in 5, and then to have, the parade, and then, they had the little ceremony at the Coliseum. For me, I didn't go in the Coliseum. I didn't have the ticket, but, I was one of those fans that was out there rooting with all of the other fans. I mean, when I tell you, you had all races and walks of life at this Laker parade. I'm talking about Mexican, black, white, Asian. You didn't have any fights. You didn't have any of that stuff. And in California, especially Southern California, especially where we were at, I mean, it could get kind of rough. So, that lets me know that the power of sports is truly, truly real. And, I just remember it. But I also have to say this, that after that parade, I told myself, I said, self, you will never, ever, ever, ever go to another Laker parade as long as you live. And I think I might stand by that. It all depends on how long it take my Los Angeles Lakers to get back to the NBA championship and then actually win it, because I'm looking at this team and then I'm looking at ownership and I'm like, I don't know. But I'm going to talk about the Lakers and Luke Walton. I'll talk about that later on in the show. But LeBron James and company, I'm like I said before, I'm proud of Cleveland. Like, I'm actually happy for Cleveland. I don't have no kind of resentment for them. As a fan, I completely understand where they're coming from. I understand 52 years that they have gone without having a champion. So it was, time, it was due. So fans of Cleveland, please, cheer your hearts out. Trust and believe me, the parade is not going to be long, because it's like literally, like for those of you who have never ever been to a parade, this is what happens. So you're outside. So mind you, like I said before, I was where, like, USC was where the everything took place. So they're driving down the street in these fire trucks, and as a fire truck comes, I see Derek Fisher, I see his ex-wife, who was his wife at the time. I seen Kobe Bryant. I seen all these guys. So as I see them, I start cheering. And then after that, everybody went their own individual way. So that's essentially what's going to happen. That's unless, they have some type of ceremony. Like I said before, I wasn't able to go to the Coliseum. So, parades and stuff like that, for me, they are wonderful. It gives fans an opportunity to really, see their stars and stuff like that, really see them in the flesh, not just on the basketball floor. And we've seen some very, very crazy ceremonies. I mean, being a Laker fan, how can you not remember Mark Madsen? I mean, come on now. I mean, who told this white guy he could dance? Now we know that white people can dance. Well, lately they have been able to dance. But, yeah, Mark Madsen, he put everything into place. Like, okay, that's why white people don't need to dance, because of Mark Madsen. Mark Madsen does not know what he's doing. And then, you always have the individual who, makes these profound statements. Like Shaq said, Sacramento would never be the capital of LA or California, because Sacramento is the capital of, California. And Shaq was like, LA is the new capital of California. I mean, stuff like that. I mean, I was like, can you dig it? Can you dig it? Oh, man. Like, I know that's probably not going to happen for Laker fans, for myself, because, yeah, ownership is really, really crappy. But I am really, really happy for LeBron James and company. I really am. I mean, for him to sit there and the fact that he was able to do what he did, you can't take anything away from him. But I have to say this, and I know that it's days that have gone since the NBA Finals was on, but I have to say something about it. For me, this is just for me, Kyrie Irving should have won the MVP. That's just me. All of the crucial games, especially on the road, Kyrie Irving was the one who made all of the clutch buckets. Remember, Game 5, Kyrie Irving, yes, he and LeBron both had 40. Kyrie Irving's 40 points was way more important than LeBron James' 40 points. And then let's not forget that in Game 7, LeBron James was actually kind of scared. Kyrie Irving was like, okay, LeBron, since you're scared, give me the rock and let me do my thing. Now that, I've said that, and I don't want to hear people sit there and say, oh, LeBron James should have been the unanimous MVP. No, no. If you're pretty much what LeBron James got from me, he pretty much got the Peyton Manning syndrome, where, you know what, this is like a lifetime achievement award. Because remember, Peyton Manning got the MVP against the Bears, and I'm saying to myself, okay, how did he get that MVP when Kelvin Hayden and Bob Sanders got all of the interceptions? How was that? And he threw one touchdown. So how does he get that award? That's what I feel that the officials, well, not the officials, whoever voted on that award, I felt that's what they did with LeBron James. Now, I've heard people, give Steph Curry a lot of flack for his poor defense, and I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it in a different way. I'm going to give him flack because he failed, but I'm not going to give him flack because he was outplayed. No, I'm not going to do that. Why? Because, like I said before, for those of you who listen to my show, I always preach, taking on a challenge, not being afraid of the moment, not being afraid of failing. That's what I preach on my show. And for me, Steph Curry, he did that. He just came up short. I remember watching an episode of House. Gregory House. I just love that show. And there was one particular episode when House and Foreman was kind of upset at House because he felt like House was always getting down hard on him, and House told him, you know what, because it was a case, and Foreman, he was wrong, and he didn't like the fact that, House was always getting on him and, disrespecting him about being wrong. And House's whole thing was, okay, yes, you should feel good because you felt that was the right decision to make. But you should feel bad because the decision that you made and what you thought was right, it wasn't right. Like, you should feel bad. Like you want me to coddle you? No, I'm not about to sit here and coddle you for what? So that's where I'm at with Steph Curry. Yes, I respect the fact that Steph, he went out there and he tried to defend. I respect that. But on the other hand, it's like, but yeah, you failed. So yeah, you guarded him, but then you gave up the bucket. He outplayed you routinely, and that's where I'm at with that whole situation. Steph Curry, he really needs to learn how to play defense. He has to do that. Even if that means not scoring the 30 points, that's what he needs to do, because